Success.
Hi, my name is Karen Paul.
I'm Michael McQuinn.
I'm Kim Perosa.
And welcome to our Friday morning video chat. So, here I have my two wonderful agents sitting on each side of me. A thorn between two, what does it say?
A rose.
A rose, thank you. Thank you, the rose. Thank you. Oh my God, you know, it's funny because my nephew is in Buenos Aires and he was standing between two flamingo dancers, and I sent him and I said, a rose, a thorn between two beauties, and I guess it was a rose I was supposed to say. Okay, well that's good. So what are we talking about today? A topic that we can address that would be very informative for our viewers. So go ahead, Michael.
I did have a curiosity. Been showing a number. I'm the new guy, by the way. Kim, how long have you been here?
Last year, October, end of October.
Okay, so
So
I'm a 2017 baby.
Yes.
But what I've noticed about the Karen Paul listings, a lot of them, we have a lot of rural estate properties, we have a lot of rural land. I have acted as a buying agent on a number of properties, so I'm comfortable in that role for a pre-existing price. But when it comes to pricing properties up there in our current market, where we see consistent rising of all boats with the unavailability of properties these days in rural communities where someone wants to develop a property, the process and what goes into the pricing, thought process for you when you're speaking to those sellers is something I would like to school myself further.
Okay.
So perhaps you could shed some light on the process.
The process is a bit complicated, and the reason it's a bit complicated, it's not complicated, that's the wrong word for it. I would say you have to do your research on a country property and make sure that you know all the ins and outs of a country property, and I could go on for hours. As a matter of fact, I taught a course on that. However, what I'm going to say to you, Michael,
yes,
is that you when you do list a country property, you must be fully aware of all the comparables around there, and especially what land value is, what acreage value is, and that's very important. Septic wells, different kinds of wells, all kinds of situations like that you can do thereafter, but it's the value, and you must do your research and make sure that you know the amount of what land value is, and that's what it's all about.
So do you make a distinction between raw land value versus a property that may be on the land in question, but that the bricks and mortar don't have necessarily a value to the...
If the bricks and mortar are in bad shape, or they're older, or they're 50s, then absolutely it is almost, if it's a 2-acre property, then the land value is definitely there. Now, an interesting point here is that today, right now, there is literally nothing on the market between $0 to $1 million in our country above Highway 5 and up to Kilbride. There's nothing available, and we're searching desperately for people in regard to that. So,
Call us.
We want to list your rural property.
They're good, aren't they? They're very good. I love them. So, Kim, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, what do I want to talap about?
Give us some of your knowledge, because Kim, by the way, has been in the business since 1985.
87.
87. Oh, I apologize. 87. So very,
Long time.
yeah. So she's very aware of what the market is and how the market can change. However, this is a very, very different market right now. So.
Yeah, I've never actually seen this market with the inventory down so low. We're in January, beginning of the year. I would encourage anybody thinking about a move to be the first on the market this year and get a jump on supply, because there is no supply and there's still demand. So you're going to be the first one out and attract the buyer first and not have that competition.
Yeah.
And the only other thing in regards to that is there is a trend to have more equity put into the home in terms of improvements.
Right.
So I've been asked, well, should I make the improvement on the bathroom? Should I make the improvement on the kitchen? And I want to ask you, Karen, is it worth making the improvement, delaying the listing by a month to achieve a top value showing condition of that home?
That question is interesting because of the fact that some people are very house proud and they want to make the improvements to show the house. Other people don't want to do a thing. I would just want to put it on the market, stage the house, and I want to put it on the market and we're done. So I would say turn to the seller and say, well, how do you feel about that? That's what I would say. If they want to fix it up and they're that house proud and they want to spend the money, definitely they'll get their money out, for sure. There's no doubt in my mind right now. If you had spoken to me 2 years ago, I would have said no. I said, it's a 50-50 gamble. But now the market, having gone up as quickly as it's going up, even in this 1 month of January, and we're only on the 20th of January, it has gone up literally by 2.5% because we have no supply. So people are pushing. So if you do something to the house, if you fix the house up, yes, you will get it.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. That's great. Good.
So I think that's great for this morning, and I think we'll see you next week on our Friday morning video chat, and we'll come up with a few more topics for you to watch. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you so much, Michael, for coming in so early and doing this, and we'll see you during the week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.